See the game more clearly with high-definition spectacle lenses from Norville Opticians.
David, I suppose I've got to ask, first of all, how are the walking wounded?
Well, probably sums up the last few weeks. Another couple of injuries from last week's game, and look, our squad's going to be stretched. But you've seen the way that the young players have come in and responded when they've had their opportunity during those games, and we look forward to seeing them again perform this weekend.
And for someone like Ollie Thorley to get in and then get something of a run, just how good is that for him?
He's had a season where he's worked hard. He's come out of school, got some opportunities with England in the Six Nations, and probably unexpectedly towards the end of the season got the 2 games, and his performances have been outstanding, and it just shows that different players respond to the challenges that come along very differently, and I think he's responded really well in his performances. He's enjoyed it. I think it's given him a taste for professional rugby, and we look forward to another big performance from him this weekend.
And importantly as well, he's been performing in a winning team of late. The mood in the camp, how determined is it? Because yes, you've been picking up injuries along the way, but you've been winning games.
We all know how disappointed the players, staff, supporters, everybody associated with the club were, particularly after the Dragons game. But it's huge credit to everybody in the way that they've responded, the character, the determination, the hard work that's gone into beating both Exeter and then Sale last weekend. Look, that gives us real foundations, strong foundations for going into next season. And we've talked about finishing this season in a high. There's still an outside chance of getting ourselves into 7th spot in the Premiership. But for us this weekend, it's about going out and producing a performance similar to what we've done the last 2 weeks and winning the game.
And by playing, if you like, for pride in those last couple of weeks, you've actually given yourselves something to play for, even if it's only a small character. Just how important is it that there is still something hanging on this game?
For any team that represents Gloucester, I think it's not just about what hang in the game. I think it's about making sure that every time you play, particularly when we play at Kingsholm, there's a level of performance that we as players, we as management within the professional team expect. And for a couple of weeks we fell short of those, and that's been very much the message, that every time we play, we've got to play well. We won't win every week, but if we go out and play well, that's the best we can do.
And after that, should we call it dodgy spell in March and early April, do you feel that you still owe the fans, despite those last 2 wins?
You saw the reaction from the fans in the aftermath of the Exeter game when the players went back onto the pitch. The fans know how much our supporters know how much it means to the players. They know how disappointed we all were with what happened during that period in March. They know that we're working incredibly hard to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I think the quality of performance, I think the character, the level of commitment that they showed during those 2 weeks proved more than anything else to the supporters how much it means to this group of players to be here.
And people pitching in odd positions as well. In Greg Laidlaw's case, position he hasn't played in for 3 years. I mean, is that an option going forward, or is he having to fill in there again this weekend?
He's an international scrum half, international 9. He's been one of our outstanding players here across the course of the last 2 seasons, but he showed what a great footballer, what a great rugby player he is by his performance and his ability to bring some shape and flow to our game. And look, that's what you need in your squad in the nature of this competition, where there always is the risk of injuries, and sometimes you're under a little bit of pressure. It's having players who have that ability to play across a number of positions in the back line. And I think Greg's was outstanding last week, and we're looking forward to seeing him produce a similar performance again this weekend.
Not even mentioned Northampton yet. Of course, they've still got top 6 to ensure, so a little bit of pressure on them this weekend.
There is pressure on them. I listened to Jim Malander talk about how important it was for them to be in the top tier of European competition. I think looking at where Northampton are in the table, with the quality of players, the quality of team that they have, it just once again proves how competitive this league is. That a team that, with the quality of international players right throughout them, they haven't struggled, but having some of the same issues that we've had. And look, it'll be a big test for us this week. They have a strong team coming down, and we'll have to produce an even better performance than we did last weekend to compete.